Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a crazy video to get into. We have a strange Nintendo Switch 2 controversy. We have a potential Switch 2 game, well, a game coming to the Switch 2. And we also have a Nintendo Switch 2 leak that is absolutely insane. So insane that it might blow your pants off. I don't know what that means. Let's go ahead and get right into this video. Yeah, you've never had your pants blown off by the power of a Nintendo Switch 2 leak? Have you ever really even lived then? We have a very interesting video. This is like the second time I think we've seen something similar to this leak, and it's starting to become real to me. And this leak is coming from Nintendo. It's not like a Twitter account called I like the 69 with Donkey Kong 24 or something. You know what? I gotta just stop talking. We have a fun video to get into. Before we get started, if you could, what am I talking about sometimes? Oh man, I'm so surprised I even have an audience. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram so we can keep our amazing communities growing. And stay tuned to the end of the video so you can learn how to win some eShop gift cards or potentially a Switch 2. Now, let's get into this wacky and crazy video. First, let's start with a crazy controversy for the Nintendo Switch 2, or should I say a game on the Nintendo Switch 2. And if you had to guess what game right now this controversy is for, what would you guess? I mean, we have a couple first-party games, and then we have a variety of third-party games, but off the top of my head, I mean, I can't think of a single game that might have controversy around it. Maybe the wheelchair basketball game, maybe, you know what I mean? Just because you're playing basketball in a wheelchair. And I heard that like Nintendo won't say that it's a wheelchair, they're just saying like other stuff. Yeah, but that's not even the game I'm talking about. The game I'm talking about is Mario Kart World. Now, this isn't a controversy like little Timmy down the street is not good at the game and he's pissed off, so he's getting his mom to call Nintendo and talk to a manager. This is, I mean, just wacky and weird. Allegedly, PETA, which is like the animal rights group, PETA wants Nintendo to change the Mario Kart World cow. Can we have anything good left in this damn world? PETA is asking Nintendo to remove the nose ring from the cow character in Mario Kart World. The organization argues that the current design promotes animal cruelty and clearly clashes with the Mario Kart World character's otherwise whimsical charm. So, you know, when we seen that first real Mario Kart World trailer, the cow has stolen the show since then. I always use like my favorite characters, which is like Waluigi or Toad or something like that, but the cow is just fun to use as a character. So if PETA wants to take the cow away, they will do it from my cold, dead fingers. Allegedly, PETA has targeted Nintendo over half a dozen times, and the most recent occasion was for Animal Crossing New Horizons. So there you go. Now, there is a game potentially leaking for the Switch 2 as well. I don't think this is the biggest news, but I do think it points towards the direction the Switch 2 is going, and it's an overall good thing. I think it's just changing the temperature from the Switch to the Switch 2, and let me show you what I mean. eFootball might be coming to the Switch 2. Probably nobody cares about this, but one of PES data miners, blah blah blah, discovered that a platform named NOZ was added to the game code in the latest update. If I'm not wrong, NOZ or Nintendo Ounce was Switch 2's code name. eFootball, I don't know much about it. I think it might be the competitor to like FIFA, which is FC now or something like that. I'll be honest, I didn't really care about football or soccer, whatever you want to call it, until the last World Cup, and I was watching it with my family and we were really getting into it. Then I was all in. So I really like the games. So, you know, this is cool, but what's cooler about this, in my opinion, is on the Nintendo Switch, we had NBA 2K, I think a majority of them up to like 2020 maybe, and a couple FIFA games. Maybe MLB was on there as well. I can't remember, but for the most part, that was it, right? For the Nintendo Switch 2, we know we're getting the new FIFA game. We know we're getting the new 2K basketball game. We know we just got Madden. I can't wait to get college football. That's one I cannot wait for. But then we'd be getting this as well. And I'm not saying it's like the biggest deal to have sports games, but what this symbolizes to me, and what I think a lot of people are starting to figure out, is, with a Nintendo Switch, it was a generation behind, right? It is what it is. I think that was the smartest route for Nintendo to go. But when the Switch 2 was coming out, people were saying, well, it's going to be as powerful as a PS4, possibly PS4 Pro. So it will still technically be a generation behind, but it will be good or good enough. But what we are quickly realizing is a lot of these games are on par with the Xbox Series S and sometimes the PS5 version. So we are not a generation behind. This is a current generation console, and we're getting current generation games. And I think that needs to be highlighted, right? I mean, a lot of these games, unfortunately, are game key cards. That sucks across the board. I have started buying as many physical games as I can. I'm going on websites like Macari every day and looking for Switch games on sale that are just physical, because I want to have a huge collection of 100 or 200 games so I can play games whenever I want them. And I don't know if I'm going to be buying many Switch 2 games unless they are physical. That's just being honest right now. So I'm not buying Madden yet unless it's on sale in the eShop eventually. There's a couple games I do want to buy, but I'm just not going to buy them unless it's physical or the digital is super cheap on sale in the eShop. All that aside, we are at least getting current generation games, and we're playing these games handheld. And when you play them handheld and you have VRR, they look incredible. So I just think that is something that we should really respect and be happy about. Now, before we get into this absolutely bonkers, bananas, crazy, off the chain, off the hook leak, I just want to say, go check your Walmart if you don't have a Switch 2 yet. Look at this picture right here quickly. This is something we're seeing daily now. People walking into Walmart and seeing them just stocked up. Best Buy, Target, GameStop, they're in stock. So people still message me every single day asking if I know where to get a Switch 2. I would just go look, man. So just wanted to show you that quickly. But now let's get into this crazy leak. Let's go back maybe the beginning of the year or near the end of last year. We were seeing a device or multiple devices that Nintendo was filing patents for, and we're wondering, is this what the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to look like? Is this what's going to look like? And some of those designs were getting weird and wacky. Now, there was one that stood out above all else. Well, I don't want to spoil it yet because we're about to go over it, but a big reason why it seemed like a possibility is because once the Nintendo Switch 2 came out, yes, we have the USB-C port on the bottom, but the additional one on top, it's like, whoa, the possibilities are really endless. This device might really become a possibility. And, if it becomes true, some of these games are added to Nintendo Switch Online, the Switch 2 will be the best console of all time, at least in my opinion. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this patent was published August 14th, right? And it says electronic device. So that's some kind of console. What I like to normally do is go through all the inventors and see what else they worked on. I don't have time to do that right now, but I would be very curious if a lot of these people worked on the Switch as well. So when I first looked at this, I was wondering, well, what the hell is that? I've made the joke before, but these patents always look like a UFO. You're like, whoa, what is that, man? That is crazy. Because it's unidentified. It's not flying, but hey, it's unidentified. Now, looking at this, I'm like, kind of coming into perspective a little bit, right? To me, this looks like half of a Nintendo 3DS screen. Wait, that's exactly what this is? So, this is strange because of the button placement. They're showing right here, actually, I think it's how the two screens would attach to each other. And that would be like the opening and closing. And then right here, 100%, that's what this is. So this is where it's interesting to me. Is this the device, or is this the device? Or is this a new device we have not seen yet? Could you imagine this generation? We get the Switch 2, we get the Switch 2 OLED, we get the Switch 2 Lite, then we get the Switch 2 DS, which just means dual screen. This is so crazy that I think it could make sense, because Nintendo, every generation they have some kind of surprise, right? After getting the Switch, the generation they kind of played it safe. We got the Switch with a better screen, we got the smaller Switch. If they gave us a Switch 2 dual screen some way, somehow, and this is a new device entirely. And then I think what, God, if I can remember the patents we went over, maybe when this was shown off last time, it might have been this. It could have been this. But the rumor was that Nintendo wanted to have this device right here or something like this, and what you would be able to do is have your two screens or take one screen off and pass the screen to somebody else and play local multiplayer that way. You've heard of game share? Well, how about share game or share console? Console share something. And you can see right here, this is where the second screen would plug in to your console. So this is either going to be something for the Nintendo Switch 2 or an entirely new version of a Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo Switch 2, Nintendo Switch 2 OLED, or Nintendo Switch 2 Pro, Switch 2 Lite, Switch 2 DS, or Nintendo DS2 or something. I just think instead of getting an accessory for your Switch 2, it could be an entirely different version of the Switch 2. And the fact that we're seeing this console again, or this patent again, with a lot more information, because last time it was like 10 pages, I believe. This one is 36 pages. Seems like they're doing a lot of work on this for this to be a nothing burger, right? A big, we're just doing it for giggles and just to see what we could do. I don't think they would waste that much time. So I'm just saying, man, this is a crazy ass leak coming from Nintendo. And I would love this. I just got sent this console right here. This is a DS emulator, and it essentially looks like that, just smaller. And when I was looking at the patent, I was wondering how would the top buttons work. But that's how the top buttons are here. We have R1, R2, L1, L2. So instead of here and then back, they're side by side. Super comfortable. This thing is amazing. Touchscreen, DS emulator, Android operating system. It's so cool. I just made a video about that console like 2 days ago. Go watch that video, man. A lot of you guys have already bought the console, messaged me showing that you bought it. It's truly like something I cannot stop playing. So just playing that and then seeing this patent and all this with the Switch 2, I am so freaking excited for the possibilities. And the possibilities are endless, man. But ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this? Because your opinion matters most. So in the comments below, if you could do me a favor, let me know what you guys are thinking. If you made it all the way to this part of the video, hit a like and subscribe. Follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram so we can keep our communities growing. Every Saturday, I give away multiple eShop gift cards and videos right here on my channel. I give away one Switch 2. I'm going to give away more Zero Goes. All you have to do is be a subscriber, be following my social media, like and comment to help the algorithm. I'm talking fast because my SD card's about to run out. And I will be streaming in the next day or two, streaming 4 or 5 games. And every single game that I stream, I'm going to give away a copy or multiple copies right here on my YouTube channel. And the Discord is in the description. And you guys know me. I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.